What is up YouTube, Crafting Cars here, happy Tuesday. Now for today's video, we were going to get started doing the rear disc brake upgrade / conversion on my 97 Civic EX here, but we are waiting on a couple components. Right now I've got the rotors, the calipers, and the pads off a DC2 Integra, but there's a company called Scarebird that makes a special bracket that converts these drum brake spindles and allows you to bolt up basically all of the disc brake components to that. So we're waiting on those. Apparently they're like 2 weeks out, so we've got a little free time, so I'm gonna start another project that I was gonna do a little bit later, but like I said, we got free time, so let's start it right now. And that project is building a racing simulator. Now, if you know me in person, you know one of my big hobbies is racing simulation, and I like go-karting and stuff like that on the side. Gideon, our buddy who uploads every Friday, and Eric, my buddy who's, he's got a crush on my sister or something. They both have really nice racing simulator cockpits, and currently right now, I've got a nice wheel and pedals, but I've got no cockpit. So in order for me to play with them, still have a good time, and be comfortable and do it for hours, I'd like to build myself a cockpit, and today, that's what we're gonna be doing. So I ran to Menards, grabbed some materials, and yeah, I think I'm ready to get started. So as far as materials, I got these 4 sheets of MDF right here. And the reason I use MDF instead of plywood is it's a little bit cheaper. That's what my buddy Eric recommended, so we're gonna go ahead and give that a shot. And this is kind of the basic layout from the side. This is what all you're gonna see is the side panels here, all gonna be made out of MDF, a base panel, and then there's gonna be a top panel right here where the steering wheel is gonna mount up. The pedals are gonna be down here, and then eventually I'm gonna have to add a seat as well. But like my monitor and laptop can all sit on the stand right here, or at least this is the basic idea for now. So we'll go ahead and move this panel off to the side. I think this is gonna be the one I'm gonna use for the baseboard since it's a different color than the other ones. And then I guess we'll get started cutting the side panels as well as the top table panel where everything's gonna sit. Alright guys, so a couple days have passed. I took a little break from working on this. I went to my parents' cabin, had a fun weekend there, but now we're back. Since I have this thing at this point now, what I'm noticing, not very stable. So I could definitely make some more supports on this thing, and that's exactly what I plan to do. So I ran to Menards, picked up some more 2x4s, and I plan on making basically bracing all the way around this thing. So probably take some 2x4s, run them underneath, and then take some more 2x4s, cut them to length, and kind of sandwich this bottom baseboard here, and then see if I could run some 2x4s vertical, up the sides, and maybe some 2x4s underneath the table here. So, yep, basically just bolting a wooden skeleton inside this frame just to make it a little bit more stable. All right guys, so I think we made it to a pretty good stopping point. As you can see, we got the majority of the framework laid out. We're just gonna go ahead and call this part 1. I still got some more work to do, obviously. We're missing a chair. Gideon says he can hook me up with one of the old chairs out of his RX-7, so that's gonna be sweet. So I'm gonna have to build up a little bit of framework to mount up that chair, and then obviously a little bit more framework to mount up a handbrake and a shift knob. But I'm very excited. We'll probably be wrapping this thing up maybe in like a 2 or 3 part series here, so we're getting close. As far as sizing goes, it's gonna work out pretty good. I got this chair here just to kind of mock up how I'm gonna fit. And this is just about perfect. Like the wheel angle's pretty good. I know some people like Eric, he's got his tilted back a little bit so it's a little more flat, but this is already pretty flat and the pedals are at a good distance. So that's nice. And yeah, just gotta figure out a way to mount up the monitor as well. And of course, you know, I like to tuck all the cords out of the way, make it look super clean. All right guys, so I understand today's video was kind of a change of pace. We don't usually do a lot of custom woodworking projects on this channel. But I really had a lot of fun putting this simulator together. Like I said, we got a couple more big parts to do. Wish I could have made more progress today, but I had a pretty busy weekend. So yeah, stay tuned for these next Tuesday uploads. I'll be doing a couple more modifications to the simulator. And then maybe in the future, I'll upload videos of actually practicing drift simulation as well as grip driving. So gonna want to take those skills, apply them to real life, but that's farther in the future for the channel. As for right now, kind of what you can expect this winter, obviously I got a whole mod list to get through on the Civic, so starting off with the Civic disc brake conversion slash upgrade, and make sure you're not missing out on Friday's videos. Gideon's over at his garage doing the LS swap on his RX-7, so if you're into the engine building or the Japanese cars or anything like that, you're not gonna want to miss those uploads as well. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. See you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.